Hello there, everybody. Welcome to a field called Our Life. Actually, let me just there. Now I could try putting on full screen, but I found out that it seems to for some reason, just fucking just freeze for no reason. So I have to keep it on this. So that sucks. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like it a lot. New game. Welcome to Our Life Now and Forever intro demo. This is a 25,000 word preview that includes the first few scenes of the game for Lager. When the game is complete, the entire story will be playable from the start to end for free. However, optional paid DLCs will be available to add in even more scenes. The very start is a brief tutorial that will be skippable in future playthroughs. It'll help you get acquainted with all the many ways your choices can impact how the game plays. At any time, you can press the pref button on the left side of the game screen to open the settings page and make the experience better suited for you. You can change the text size, font size, sound volume levels, turn the light animation elements on and off, and other general options. The story of Our Life Now and Forever spans 12 years and with the card you play as, beginning as a 10-year-old child and ending as a 22-year-old adult. And between those points are two episodes to life: 14-year-old adolescence, 18-year-old young adulthood. These time periods are referred to as steps 1 to 4. This demo only contains scenes from childhood. You'll be able to determine almost everything about the playable character: name, appearance, personality, pronoun, skills, weakness, how they act, what they feel, and more. And all those details can change as you grow up over the course of the game, however they won't be forgotten. Who are you and who you were is remembered by the game, and the characters you meet, choices you picked in step 1 can still be referenced all the way in step 4. It builds together. The goal of Our Life is to let you truly live your own unique life in the quaint mountain town of Golden Grove. But there are also two main characters who will grow up alongside your own character, Tamak Baha and Krillin. You have the option of being their friend, pursuing one romantically, just having them simply be people you know. Then your connection changes over time and so on. Your relationship is customizable and progresses at whatever way you want it to, if you want it to. A couple of things you can't do: date them both or break up with one after officially getting together. If you've had one become your romantic partner, that's permanent. Turmek is a little girl, she. When you meet her, she always identifies as a woman. Quinn begins the story as a little boy, he but questions her gender as the years go by. Quinn will ultimately come out as gender fluid, today. Our Life Now and Forever does include the option to romance a strictly male identifying character, but we do have another game, Our Life Beginning and Always, if that's your preference. There will be other characters to interact with and befriend besides Termic and Q, even though those two are the main focal points. How well you get along with other kids, your teachers, your mom, and so on is soon in the control. With those basics mentioned, the tutorial will move on to a new screen, now to expand other major gameplay elements. The first thing you do in Our Life Now and Forever is design the appearance and basic of your character. You'll be able to select a first name, last name, and nickname too. You can also give your MC the gender, size, choose the dominant hand, and so on. The sex gender of the MC is customizable as well, but that'll be done on a different screen later. The remaining parts of this section are all the many ways you can add the appearance of your character. A simple dress-up doll icon is clear to give an idea what your favorite character is like. You can change every aspect of the doll, from the shape of the head and the eyes to the hairstyle to the coloring of each element to what they wear. The customization can be extra unique by having the eyes be two different colors, tweaking the exact tint of the colors, flipping the direction of different elements more. Or you could stick to preset options if you're happy with them or want to get through the customization faster. What you choose will be referenced in the script, and the icon image you put together will appear on the text box when the character speaks, unless you turn the element off. The game has a first-person perspective, so you don't see MC standing alongside non-playable characters and normal characters by design. This first one design will set some important basics like eye color, skin tone. Yeah, get the option to blah 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 blah. Okay. I might have mine to this, why not? Oh yeah, eyes. Oh, that looks really good. You know, I might have my eyes as that. Why not? Medium hair. Bold. This is kind of hard. Fuck it, I'll have this. Why not? That'd be beautiful. We gotta make our character unique, guys. Let's just, you know, let's add a bow tie. Why not? Head accessories. Glasses. Let's have this. Bandages. Yeah, I don't need any extras. Scars. No, I don't have any birthmarks on my face. I have birthmarks on my. I have a birthmark on my arm. I definitely have one on my neck. I don't remember if I do. I think fuck it. Let's say I have a fuck with why not. Not like beautiful. Let's say I'm a boyta. I'm medium, let's say that. Let me see my left hand, but let's just do this, cause I am male. I am he. I am male. Sex traits. Intersex. Sex traits as birth. I don't know what that means entirely. I think that means I don't fucking know. So funky, yes. You so calmy. Sir Buckley. Sir Buckley. Okay, that's confusing. Yeah, don't have that. Which would you like people to prefer you as? Neutral leaning. Just fucking up it. Just have a neutral. Why not? Oh, what tire do you want? Do you want to use cereal? Just call mom. Mom. Oh, that's mom. Okay. How was that? I could put something else in, but I'm not that type of person. Choose a sticker. What sticker do I like? I like a backpack. I like leaves. I like apples. I like nuts. I use nuts. I use nuts because I like nuts, especially boys nuts. They're really good. Oh yes. It looks like fall here in Golden Grove. So yeah. Second shit, make it so it's normal. More than any place you've seen before, it could be in one of your old picture books that show little kids what autumn was supposed to look like. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but they weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors: red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either as thought. It had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. The planets and sky didn't get this way where you lived, where you used to live. You thought to continue to jump around while you stood there in the big circle of the street at the end of the road. It was weird path to you. It couldn't take your head off to the side or anywhere else. Like most streets, you go down, this one only came right here and those big houses. The view in front of you was something you only ever seen in photos before. From stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too, because it was cold outside. Silly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than you should try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were gonna freeze inside your brain. That was relatable to me. I do that a lot. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you were going to say. That was new. Your mom and you had lived in apartments before, and never for very long each time. That was until she got a big job and is not that big town, and bought a big house. You won't be going anywhere else for a long time. No, in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the longer round the road is now your house, standing tall with two others by its side. These buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside. And those people and those ancient houses were going to be our neighbors. Okay. In this playthrough, I'm just gonna be completely honest. I'll be like what I would say in real life to people. So yeah. I won't be bullshit and be like, I'm gonna be a nice person, even though I'm just a dickhead and it's like, go fuck yourself, bitch, no one cares about you. I'm not that type of person. It seemed okay to you. You felt kind of mixed up inside. You were super excited about everything happening. Oh, that one. Let's not choose that one. This would really be something you thought. I say mix now because before I made these videos, I used to live at a kind of like apartment place, but not really apartment. It's a house in this like gay community, and it's not like too far from where I live now. It's like it's like was it 5 or 6 hours away, something like that. When I came to the place here where I'm at right now, I was excited, thinking, oh, I'm gonna have new friends, I'm gonna have a girlfriend, boyfriend, yeah. And none of that happens at all. It's just, I'm just gonna say is that there's people that you just wanna forgive, but and sometimes you just really can't forgive them, and would it be better this way for something else? You didn't know what to think. Oh fuck! At least your mom was still with you. You go through the bad stuff together. Frankie, come on over and take a look. Oh, that was your mom's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gone so far. That was enough to bring you comfort. And you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. After the skulked road and cutting across lines of grass and sour huge pillock fence your mum had called from, the gate was unlocked. Unlike the other houses in front of yours, with a tiny grey stone walkway that led to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the walks in dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between the ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the hawks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs, and there was your mum standing at the edge of the porch, unfolded and waiting. She must have been moving around before because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. That's alright. You knew they were real opal stones because he told you before. When she first got them, she also told you a long time ago that how no one knew, not Mama, was a pal. The clothes were the colors of a cloudy day after one had already come and gone. The kind of day that could be cold and bad or really relaxing comfy. It depended. You wondered which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially the matching purpley canberryness of both her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Mom smiled at you. It made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your mom was on the outside. Mom, what do you think? It's a pretty good place, huh? I see my chunk. I was saying better places. It's beautiful. I'm gonna have our own room. It's exactly. You will, my dear. Oh, fuck. I'm saying the first. Mom, you will, my dear. I promise you. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling, or was some other kind of smile. Yeah, she's like, fuck, this is not gonna go well. She put her hand on one of the white painted poles things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved down it. Mom, won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple of hours or so. To the beneficiary will be the newest residents of Golden Grove. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This is a big deal to your mum. Her whole life has changed too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mum to be sad. Mum. Well, you certainly are on the outside. You don't have to wait the entire time. How about you go look around the rest of the neighborhood? She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. Mum, it's a safe town. It's busy in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. He picked her up at the station. You jumped happily. Your eyes went wide in fear. You have that happen. You turned your face away from her in defiance. You covered your face with your hands and I wanted to go. Mom went back to her normal way of standing with her head up high and arms folded. That's the spirit, Mom said. And Mom, enjoy yourself. Just don't say into any other seat today. Yes, Mom. Mom, I thank you. I trust you. With that, she flipped around and bounded down the steps and went back towards the sidewalk, ready to explore. Prologue. Your shoes really squish into the dirt part when you crossed from where you were down to the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain softened the ground. It's crisp through was somehow also kind of musty. Hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school with it. Oh boy, high school, that's fun. We all know how great high school was, especially when we were teenagers. My new high school at 14 years old was fun. Had so much fun, had suppressed suicide, had trust issues, you normal type of shit you have at school. It's fun. You're going to be a 5th grader. It will be completely different from being just a 4th grader, not just that, because you'll be attending a new school. You'll be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mom was so sure you could do this by yourself. You're growing up. It felt good knowing there was more and more out there that you'd be able to explore on your own. Then before you took one more sip, there was a faint tap against your soda. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something, and it was completely out of nowhere. You wonder what was that? You jumped straight in the air, had a shock. Both your fists went up. It was a ghost you deduced. You rubbed your shoulder, feeling annoyed over us. You jumped. It was a pure instinct. You hadn't even realized it happened until you were back on the ground. Hopefully, you ping-ponged your gaze from left to right, trying to get against the poking potato. Now as the neighborhood was empty except for you. You would have settled on it being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the counter, sitting there and between the muddy brown blades of grass is something new. A paper airplane? Frankie says, oh yeah, that's right. Who would throw this at a stranger, and why would they disappear after doing it? As you considered his questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right side of the street where the top came from. Whoever said to see you would have gone that way. You crouched down to grab it while keeping a lookout to make sure no one else snuck up on you. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most paper did. It was thicker somehow, almost like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. That wasn't the only part that stood out. The page was a tan-colored, dark brown lines, not white or blue, or white or black, or white and black, or something regular. More questions I had to the question. Where would the paper like that have ever come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles, or maybe even words on it. There was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best as you can. It was true. The paper airplane had a message on it. Well, maybe, you thought. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were on different lines from each other. You read each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Hide out. And then in the bottom corner it was Frankie Second. Your name. It happened twice to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. You scrunched up your face. A person would not suffer a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane and threw it on another person. The message they sent was that? That was too weird. That was so cool. This is a messy with. This is so cool. Someone threw a plane in my face. I wonder who that was. Maybe the words were a code you had to break. You're going to get to the bottom of this. Someone or something had sent this to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds, and the parts where it got darker. You began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half circle of houses was out of sight by the time, and the number of sidewalk ended and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes and stores, there was a car road behind you and a bunch of trees, plain ground in front. Going down the road would have bring you to a west of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be swaying too far like your mum warned against. That was okay, you had other options. Bending in between the dark trunks and bright laser two lines stamped out through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was a crossroad. One led more towards where the neighborhood was, but back further, right to the edge where the forest sided. The other one went completely into the trees, a walking path for people who lived here. You stood there at this turning point in the woods, life, feet poised to move over the stone thickest floor. But you didn't know where you were going. How could you know which one was better? You never tried either, and there were no clues on where to start now. It was a puzzle that made you pause. You thought about it as hard as you can, even shutting your eyes to focus. Then finally, you went down the path. Let's go this one. And your quest continued. The path ended up being kind of a trick. You went out of dirt to walk on, and after a minute or two, it became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curve, bend a bush, brush, and tree trunks that separate the forest from not the forest to know you're going where you had planned to go. Then, as you strode even further, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching above as high as the trees and made out of practically the same colored wood was a tower sort of thing. That looks cool. The bottom of it was mostly empty, space with thin, thick poles at the corners and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck to the bottom of the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with slanty roof and railings on. Some were wipes dangled off it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as the treehouse, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have to find a local playground curiosity, he moved closer until he was right in front. That's when you came to shockingly realize that there was something up there at the top. I squinted twice, seeing more key, and your neck bent back so far your head might fall off. You could make out a lumpy pile. You gave the base of the tower a good shake before it to the ground. You gave the base of the tower a swift kick. The blink of an eye, you pulled one leg behind you and swung it at the ball closest to the tree. The tower didn't move at all, but the strike made a whack noise and hurt the tips of your toes. The sound of the clattering rockets from inside the fort made you flinch and place. It was scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. That lump sat being just a lump. It shut up, bent right over the railing, peered down and saw you. Oh God, it's a woman, what? It was a kid. Who were they? That's all you could wonder. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really deep brown. Kind of they are pointy hair like yours. That was the prettiest person you ever seen. You licked the fluffy hooded coat they had on. You liked the fluffy hooded. Yeah, actually pretty good. I'm gonna say that. The silent scene of surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then together, one of the mouth, one of the eyebrows, and one of the hands shifted upwards. That lopsided pose they had and the fact that they were at the top of the tower made them seem pretty in charge here. Who are you and why are you in my backyard? Oh, they were in charge here. Your backyard, there's no fence or anything. Somehow they twisted the smile over the lane, waiting even more than before. Yeah, there's no fence, but there is a house right over there. And if you look again, you can even see that that's the back of the house. And so this is the backyard, my backyard, because I live in that house. You know what a house was and what a backyard was. The kid was making a joke of you. I could have not known that. Even the house, isn't it? The house? Is it close to here at all? It's way over there. Your perfectly wise argument didn't have an impact on the stupid smile at all. I too have a pretty big backyard. Thank you for saying so. And at that, they press the palms of their hands hard against the railing and then use it to kick their legs up over the side and throw themselves right off the fort. There was a powerful crunch and a gasp of air when the person hit the ground, just a little up to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crouching into a ball, and making the hood of the jacket flip over their head. The impact of the flying so far on. The person stayed like that for long enough that the leaves settled quietly onto the grass again. Then the kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could ever expected. Square shoulders, chin up, and with one hand they pushed the hood down over their back again. They were confident and knew how to show it. That's. Why would you do that? That was so cool, actually. That was so cool. Yeah, it was. They took hold of the open side of the jacket and flapped them out, shaking off bits of sticks and whatever else soft that got on it while they collided with the dirt. Jesus fuck! This Jesus, it's hurting my mouth a bit. It's like speaking so much and for so long, like hurting my mouth a bit. And it's like, I need a rest. Anyway, He shifted the head and wanted to get the hair back over the shoulders the way it was before, and then shoved a finger into their own chest. I'm Mr. Quinlan. Q-I-U-N-L-I-N, it means. Oh, Quinn, a he? God damn, it looks like a he looks like a she. Brother Q's arms spread out openly, gesturing to the wide world all around him. Awesome, nice to meet you. What's your name? Thank you, second, and I use MX and Sir. MX and Sir? You said the same thing that you just did, but wow, it made sense to you. He was confused, as like he had been talking backwards to him. How did your doctor figure that out? Did they have extra degrees? This is a bunch of weird stuff. My doctor, no, I just had to. Oh, alright. MX and Sir, thank you, second. I got it. Wait, and also, how old are you? We're simply familiar to me. 10 whole years, double digits. Q flipped his fingerless gloved hand against the front of his chest to show just how taken back he was. Whoa, so am I! Nobody else close by was exactly 10 before, but now there's you. And you're gonna go all up someday, and I'm gonna go all up too. But that stuff against surpass from being at the same age. Cool. You sit there quietly, you shrugged over. Even if you are the same age, you still active. Yeah. Okay then. Q's rapid chuckles sounded more like puffs of air, but she didn't appreciate them either way. But the talk you were having ended with a clear clap from Q to bring it to a close. Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you were doing. I lived my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, and in our house, and I've never seen you anywhere. There's gotta be something going on here. Well, you reached right into your pocket and presented a mystery paper to Q, wanting your own explanation. Before you even say anything about Q, reads with a tight grimace. He looked as if as a wood shower behind him, just like that. He summited backwards and pointed his finger all away the space that was so flaming until the word finally came to him. A sorcerer! What? No, wait. He threw his hands up high towards the soldier's sudden movement, making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought. You're a thief. That's why you're here to rob my house. No, you arrived for a magic. Why would you? I'm a source. No, you were right before. I'm a magic. Sorry, I'm not gonna be distracted once I see something I don't see it. I'm like a hawk. Do you really think I'm a robber? He got out of flattery with his laugh and the waving of his fingers. No, you're just a kid, but you got some good tricks. Kier tracked on one of his heads inside his jacket, and he moved it around in there, humming the whole time. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment in that coat. Aha! Just as he thought when he removed his hands. He was scrubbed onto something. It was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished a lot of ways and a lot of times. There were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between our pages to keep them in place. But the thing you noticed the most were the colors, tan and dark brown lines. It was the paper from the airplane. Q flipped open the book, tapped in a slow considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles. It said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything. That's my special paper with my notes on it. But it's not in my notebook. It was in your pocket. You must have done the thing that sleight of hand. Slate? Slate of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff. In the blink of an eye while I was sitting right here. So you're a magician or pickpocket. It's all I could be. He shifted on his feet, putting one hand to his hip and using the other to make a waggling gesture with the notebook. Q was really confident in the accusation against you. Can you show me how you do it? But the waving motion Q did was too much for the old notebook. It bent in half upwards and downwards with the movement of its owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out. They were drifted to the ground lightly in the same way leaves from other trees. You stared right at them sitting on the ground, feeling like that Q didn't. Yep, it was just magic because I know because I never lose things. He said proudly, still not paying attention to the papers cluttered around his feet that were pretty much just waiting to blow away and over at that point. Q's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook off his head and twisted his feet outwards, more before he cleared his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing pages. Whoa, thanks! In the middle of talking, he dropped to his knees to scoop out the loose papers. It only took a second for each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his back and made a little oof sound. Oh, oof. From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hands still clenching the paper so he could stand again. Oof. If that's a successful rescue mission done, Q flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between the different pages. It went all the way to the end. Oof. And then Q's complete book was pressed shut once more. Oof. Stop making the oof sound. Hey, that really helped, Frankie. A beaming smile directly right into your face. Almost had to cover your eyes, but before that happened, he looked away. Q twisted to the side to bear homage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made super sure that the entire sack of papers made it back safely this time. You heard a sigh of relief, and the even shipping move, Q tilted his head back over his shoulder to reveal his face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had that smirk again. So, did you see that? I didn't miss anything. Next time I can tell you. Smiling, he leaned a lot more forward, all the way onto his tippy toes. He sat up and put his hands against his chest, and like it was nothing, he didn't know how he stood on them so well. I don't know about that. You seem really nice. You helped me out again. Thanks. He was fun if your reaction came out as a second of snickers. A cheeky move twisted away once his words were done. Q twisted to the side to build homage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made sure that the notebook made it back to its normal spot. When he tilted his face back towards you, he was quiet and thoughtful. That is very mysterious. My paper's finished, and a brand new kid appeared in my backyard out of nowhere. I don't get that. Here, I'm your neighbor now. I moved into the middle of the middle house of the street. Oh, the new neighbors. That's right. That's you. It makes so much sense. Then the Q shook his head side to side, flapping the dark brown strands of hair around and trying to hide his paws. But if you're just my new neighbor, not a thief, how? Oh, so. How do you know that was my paper? I didn't know that for sure. What? You were showing my notes off to everyone you saw in the world? Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Huh. You breathed in, let out, and then tried to explain the weird situation that didn't even make sense to you. I got here today. My mom sees me for the real estate agent. So I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road and a paper airplane hit me and it showed it and nobody was there. Key nerd alone, probably not getting everything you're talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. I picked up and opened the plane and saw stuff written on it. I thought the person on the phone plane was trying to give me a message. I've been looking for whoever did it since. When I met you, I had to check if you were the one who did it. You went over the steps that led to his phone as best as you could, and Q joined in with the conclusion. It wasn't me who made any paper, but the page of things on it are mine. He put his hands on his hips as he thought hard about the info he learned from you. That means someone else somehow got a piece of paper from my notebook and used that to make the plane get cracked. Shocked at you for some crazy reason. Thinking, I guess so. But if you are the one who wrote that, how did you know my name that was on the side? I don't know. And what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello, gill out, hideout, funky second. It doesn't make sense. Oh! Good cracked a smile and flicked at his arms to start his explanation. That's the stuff I was gonna do. Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, he listed off each part of the letter simply. Hello, say hey to the people around, go out, visit a town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout. He stopped the countdown to part the sturdy wooden wall behind him. Cried, right there, here. Huh, fun, I get it now. Wow, I like your hideout. That's a stupid. If that's. You seem alright. You can know about it, but don't tell anyone else. Alright. Right, yeah, for your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was gonna be a kid my age and that the name was Frankie II. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget. And I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it would be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. That's it? Okay then. Yep, that was everything. But I'm gonna stick with you now. Whoever took my paper is still out there and you were the target. Maybe you're not so sorry, but what if the paper airplane person is? We'll figure it all out and you won't have to worry about anything. Super! Do we have a plan? You stood up to accepting your now partner on this trip and laid out the next part. Yeah, I know which way we should go. We have to go back to the spot in the forest with 2 dirt paths. I know that place. It's right nearby. Let's do this. And so he started walking along the autumn tree line now with your new partner and adventure. Q came alongside you with bold, certain steps. You're going to find that paper airplane person. Soon you reach the head of the path. You are at the crossroad once more, but you brought back knowledge, and there's no bar with you. Alright, we did that one. It's where you were. Down there was just a coward. You stood at Q's side, gesturing around and madly with both hands. He didn't know if that helped him understand better, but you can't keep still. Okay, we're gonna save this because I'm pretty sure how long has this been for? Oh fuck, 15 minutes now. So I'll stop the record now. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.